Hello, I'm here making a decklist profile on Yurlok of Scorch Thrash. I know everybody was going hyping up about the mana burn, but I'm making a deck more focused on more vigilance and combat style because it's a decent 4/4, and I thought it would be nice to try and make a budget deck around it, and this is one of the easy ways to make a budget deck. That's not really focusing around the mana burn. There's a few ways to win with the mana burn, uh, but this is mostly budget win for with combat. So the one of the first cards in the deck is Maelstrom Colossus. I put it in because it's a nice new card and Cascade for 8. And it's from Commander Legends. I just it and a lot of people also on a few who bought pre-ordered Yurlok of Scorch Thrash, pre-ordered Maelstrom Colossus as well. Then there's Kediss. I'm recall familiar. One of your commander controls deals combat damage to an opponent. It deals that much damage to each opponent. So that's a nice way to get commander damage. If you want to, and with the equipment and auras in the stack, you can get this up to a minimum 7 damage, and sometimes even more than that. And so you can go for a surprise win with commander damage because a lot of people think, oh, they're gonna win with mana burn, and your commander will get targeted. There's some protection in here. And then another card I went with is Rokris and Golgari. Just a backup plan too. Just like there's a few equipment in the deck and or so if Yurlok is too much to cast, then you can just play Rokris, son of Rokra. Then there's the Leyline Prowler, just for round 2, just bit of this deck also relies on just Yulok this question just to for that extra 2 mana too. So because there's some high cost cards. So yeah. Some ground and the Death Touch lifelink is good. Then there's Thor the Unboned. It's another way to get damage. It attacks each turn. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, it deals 6 damage to that player. So, uh, it's a nice creature. It can die pretty easily if there's some other decks with that focus on combat. 7 Ventimal, and Hellkite Charger. A few budget options for a combo of in, infinite attack steps, and they're flying, and so the main idea. So and the other idea with the Cascade is it's unreliable, but there might be some games where you play Maelstrom's Colossus and you have 7 Small and your Hellkite Charger. Magical Christmas Land, but still a way to win. There's Grismold the Deathsprout. At the beginning, it's at the beginning of each end step, each player creates a 1/1 green plant token. Whenever the creature token dies, put a +1 on Grismold's the Dreadsower. So just a little budget card. A lot of Jund is tokens and counters matter. There's Elves of the Deep Shadow, some more ramp. Use your life as a bit of a resource. And then there's Arasta, the Endless Web. I'm making a YouTube video here, Dad. What? And back to it. We're on Astra, the Endless Web. It's a defense spider, and it creates some tokens whenever an opponent casts a play. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell. So it's nice to deal with some flyers, blockers, and it also is you get benefits when your opponents are playing instants or sorcery spells. And then there's Royal Assassin, another way to deal with some pesky flyers. Even though it's not immediate, it's still a budget-friendly way to deal with some problem features. Secure Tribe Elder, Great Ram, Ilysian Caryatid. It's decent ramp and get your commander out. It taps for 2 mana. There's Brash Taunter. It's less of a combat. It's just can fight. It's a great way to deal damage to opponents. It's just a decent red card. There's Tangrath, the first mate. So the idea about this deck is not only is to when your opponent attacks is to have other creatures attack with them, so it's dealing more damage to your opponents. And a little bit force combat steps. We're on enchantments with the Curse Bounty enchant player. When an enchanted player is attacked, untap all non-land permanents you control. Each opponent attacking that player untaps all non-land permanents he or she controls. So, got a few artifacts in the stack, and also it does untap Yurlok of Scorch Thrash, so you can get some mana on during the rotation. And you could just go mana branches. If say someone left the mana open on that during their turn, before that phase end, you can just tap it. Next one enchantment is Deathreap Ritual. It's a morbid. It's a decent way to draw at the beginning of each turn. And so if a creature dies this turn, you may draw a card. Hissing Miasma is not just to make people attack you last. Whenever a creature attacks you, its controller loses 1 life. Dictate the twin gods. Flash. If a sorcery would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to a permanent or player instead. So, nice way to more win with combat damage. And then there's Quest of Renewal. Whenever a creature you control becomes tapped, you may put a quest counter on Quest for Renewal. As long as there are 4 or more quest counters on Quest of Renewal, untap all creatures you control during each other player's untap step. So, after get this out, there's going to be some combat, and also you're going to be tapping Yulok for its mana burn effect, so you'll be able to get it into 4 counters easily. Rhythm of the Wild. Creature spells you control can't be countered. Non-token creatures and you control have Riot, so it's nice to get your creatures out with haste or +1 counters of your choice, and also making so your creatures can't be countered is a bit more beneficial for you since the main plan is to attack and win with combat damage. There's Leyline Abundance. It sort of helps with the 1 Aureus combo, even though this is a bit budget and combat oriented. there's still a few cards that go with the mana burn combo of you win the game with mana burning everyone else with infinite mana, and then by giving them infinite mana that they probably won't be able to use. Then there's Vertical Exploration. One of the it's basically just like good because it's just land. Whenever land battlefield exile the top card of your library, you may play that card for as long as it remains exiled at the beginning of your end step. If there are cards exiled with Valakut Exploration, put them into the owner's graveyard, then Valakut Exploration deals that much damage to each opponent. So there's a few other alternate damage outlets, but mostly you can try one with combat damage. There's Blood Reckoning. It's another hissing miasma just to prevent people from attacking you, or if they do decide to attack you, they'll be losing one life. There's Assault Suit. Equipped creature gets +2/2, has haste and can't attack you or Planeswalker. The main plan is mostly to equip your commander with this, as long as there's nothing really threatening, and make some deals. Just like if you just like it's just because some people might need that extra mana. And it's at the beginning of each opponent upkeep, you may have it that player gain control of it. So it's a me. It gets +2/+2, and I know it's a bit of high cost, but it's a nice budget, and you can also give it to an opponent, and they get to untap it and have other opponents take some mana burn. There's Johnny Impermanence. The main plan is to you could either a threatening creature with it, or equip it to your own commander. It gets +2 and goaded, so it would attack each turn. And whenever an enchanted creature attacks, you create a treasure. So if you there's Unbridled Mantle. That's one of the main combos in this deck too. That's going crazy everywhere. I was thinking of not including it, but I was thinking, it would be crazy not to include in this deck, considering its combo. Then there's Puppet Strings. Just a bit more budget friendly option compared to Unbridled Mantle. Tap or untap the target creature. So so you pay one. So this one it's infinite. You don't even need Leyline out, so that's good. Strand Turbine. During your upkeep, you may add up to 2 colors mana to your mana pool. Mana cannot be spent to play spells, and so you would use that with the Unbridled Mantle, sending its 3 colors to untap this creature. Then there's I guess or another enchantment, Revenge of the Ravens. This is just another one, but instead you gain life as well when an opponent attacks you. As Val Wildness did a bit of a and another like gold giant creature gets 3/3 and has trample and can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. So it's great to get your commander up to the perfect 7. So you just have to take up about three swings at it with someone, and you win the game. And that's nice. There's Mage Right Stone, and tap her creature and has an activated ability with tapping its cost, and that's the tapping. Pay 1 tap and get 3 mana. So another alternative. There's Val Malice, enchant creature. Gets +2/+2 and has Intimidate and can attack you, Planeswalker you control. So you can either equip it to your commander or one of your other creatures, or if or make sure opponent's cards don't attack you. There's a Parasite Impetus, enchant creature, gets +2 and is goaded. One of enchanted creature attacks, its controller loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. It's first for boots, just a nice protection for your commander. Lightning Greaves, protection and haste. The Soul Ring. There's a few other budget options you could go with. Just another, if you wanted instead of Soul Ring, but I feel like it's in all the commander decks. The only lots of people are going to have this in the collection. That's another reason why I'm making this. Is a lot of if you have a Jund deck and you want to make another with this commander, this is a nice budget option because you mostly have most of these cards in your collection. Gruul Signet, Recto Signet, and Golgari Signet, and those are the most. It's a good to have ramp, and especially also since there's a few cards that untap all non-land permanents you control, so it's nice to have those. Now we're on to the lands. After the lands, I'll go over some of the instants and sorcery spells. So there's the first land, Command Tower. In any commander deck, Savage Lands. It's a nice budget option since it enters the play tapped. Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, Exalted Orchard, Gruul Turf, Cinder Glade, Jund Panorama, Budget Church, pay 1 and sacrifice. Set your library for a basic swamp, mountain, or forest. Put into the battlefield tap. Put into play tap, and then shuffle your library. Golgari Rot Farm, Belt the lands. It's nice. It's good to have lands tap 2 colors. Considering there's a few expensive cards in this deck, mana wise. Graptos Carnarium, Mirror Landscape, 5 mountain, 5 swamp, 5 forest. Good way to stay budget. There's Temple Malice, Esquireland, Lenore's Wastes. Not too much budget, but it's a decent card to have to give you access to the mana when you need it. Bojuka Bog, nice way to deal with graveyard decks. Warp Landscape is another church land. Mars Warp Bridge, Temple of the False God, and now at some and then there's the Cragcrown pathway and Timbercrown pathway. And now we're at back to non-lands. The Sword of Feast and Famine is a nice, good artifact. It's definitely not budget, but I saw and just like, oh, that would be great in this deck, giving it protection from black and green. But another budget option would be Loxodon or Hammer. I can't find it. I meant to take, there we go, Loxodon Warhammer. And instead of $50 for a card, it's $129. And then there's Obscuring Haze. If you control a commander, you may cast this spell without paying its mana cost, prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn. Broken Wings, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Terrifying Present, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by creatures other than target creature this turn. So main idea is attack with your commander. If someone blocks, you prevent all their combat damage, and they were thinking they were going to trade, and you just keep your commander out. Then there's Winds of Qual. Sisma, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. If you control a creature with 4 or greater power, instead prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures your opponent controls. And most of the time, after you get your commander out, that's going to be true. So it's nice fog. Petrify, destroy target artifact or a creature. It can't be regenerated. Nice. There's a lot of single target removal in this deck. Is you want to be able to get your attacks in. There's Harrow, nice ramp. Sacrifice a land, and you search over for 2 basic lands. Tainted Strike, nice way to get infect damage instead of going with commander damage. I think there's also 1 creature in here that has infect. Let's see, maybe I passed it. No, I think I must have took him out for the budget. Then there's Spore Cloud, tap all blocking creatures. No creatures deal damage in combat this turn. Neither attacking nor blocking creatures untap normal during the controller's that's untap phase. Return to Nature, destroy target artifact, target enchantment, or exile target card from the graveyard. There's Doomblade, destroy target non-black creature. Terminate, destroy target creature, can't be regenerated. Return to Wildspeak. It's a nice draw card, or just give +3/+3 to your commander for until end of turn. But you're most likely going to be drawing cards with it. There's Rakdos Charm, choose 1, exile all cards from target player's graveyard, destroy target artifact. Each creature deals 1 damage to its controller. Deathsprout, destroy target creature, search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tap. Then shuffle your library. Golgari Charm, choose 1, all creatures get -1/1 until end of turn, or destroy target enchantment, or regenerate each creature you control. Decent options. There's Chaos Warp to deal with the pesky creature or any permanent that's annoying. There's Vastward Surge, it's a nice ramp, and if you kicker it, then you put 2/+1 counters on each creature you control. Farseek, Condoma's Reach, some ramp. Feed this one a nice new black enchantment. That's you can destroy target creature, enchantment, and opponent controls. And you only really just the only downside is you lose life equal to its permanent's converted mana cost. You got lots of life in commander. There's Rampant Growth, another ramp card. Harmonize, draw 3 cards, decent draw spells. Cultivate, ramp, Diabolic Tutor, decent budget tutor card, and Tipple Rakesh Instigator. It's a nice budget card that just you can play it and your opponent can't gain life. So that's the deck. It's without the sort of feast and famine, it only comes to about 95.71. $95.71. So if you want to build a Yurlok, the Scorch Thrash, and not so focus on the mana burn, and you got a Jund deck already, then you can probably build this deck focused on attacking and force combat steps. And hope you enjoy the video, and leave a like and comment down below if you'd like to see more.